It was a little bit crazy. I enjoyed it. 7 times Stephanie McMahon kissed her fellow WWE superstars on TV. Since she was 12, Stephanie McMahon has worked several backstage jobs in WWE. In her younger years, the billion-dollar princess was a model and receptionist. She later held executive positions, including head of creative and chief brand officer. The 45-year-old recently became chairwoman and co-CEO of the company after her father's retirement. Meanwhile, Stephanie also worked as an on-screen talent for many years. Over the past 2 decades, the billion-dollar princess has participated in a few storylines which involved her kissing some fellow WWE superstars. Here are 7 times Stephanie McMahon kissed her fellow WWE superstars on TV. Number 7. Stephanie McMahon kissed Test. In 1999, Stephanie McMahon was involved in a romance angle with former WWE superstar Test. Their on-screen relationship led to a rivalry between the former Intercontinental Champion and Stephanie's brother, Shane. Test and Shane even squared off in a love her or leave her match at the 1999 SummerSlam, which the former Intercontinental Champion won. Hence, he and Stephanie got engaged. Following his proposal to the billion-dollar princess, inside the ring on SmackDown, Stephanie and Test shared a passionate kiss on television. However, the on-screen couple's relationship ended when Triple H crashed their wedding to announce that he had already married Vince McMahon's daughter. Number 6. Stephanie McMahon kissed WWE EVP Triple H before they became a real-life couple. It is no surprise that Stephanie McMahon has kissed Triple H multiple times on WWE television, since they are married in real life. However, the game was just another co-worker of Stephanie's when they shared their first kiss. After her split from Test, the billion-dollar princess aligned herself with Triple H on screen, as the couple were kayfabe married during the McMahon-Helmsley era storyline. During an episode of WWE Untold, Stephanie disclosed that she and Triple H had their first ever kiss on screen ahead of the game's match against Cactus Jack at the 2000's Royal Rumble event. "I walked Triple H out in the entranceway and he kissed me. That was the first time he had ever actually kissed me on the lips. And it kind of took me back because I knew it was in character, but was it really in character? I kind of had the butterfly moment," Stephanie said. Triple H and Stephanie did not start dating in real life until later that same year. In 2003, the couple tied the knot. They now have 3 daughters together. Number 5. Stephanie McMahon kissed WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle. In 2000s, Stephanie McMahon was involved in a love triangle storyline with Triple H and Kurt Angle. The Olympic gold medalist seemingly had feelings for the billion-dollar princess, who was still kayfabe married to the game on screen. During a match between Triple H and Kurt Angle on SmackDown in August 2000s, the billion-dollar princess got accidentally hurt. The Olympic gold medalist then carried her backstage, where he placed her on a couch. He then surprised her with a kiss. Angle also kissed Vince McMahon's daughter a second time during a match between him and Triple H. Speaking on his Kurt Angle show, the 53-year-old disclosed how he felt kissing Stephanie in front of her father, who stood behind the camera. "It was weird. It was very uncomfortable. Vince, not only was he directing, he was literally 2 feet away from us. The camera was right here. Stephanie and I are here, and Vince is right behind the camera looking at us. I'm not saying he felt like he looked like he was aroused, but he had this look like, I want to see this," he explained. Angle also revealed that the billion-dollar princess told him that he kissed like a fish. Despite this, the Olympic gold medalist admitted that he liked the experience. A little bit of both, stressful and fun. "I'm not going to lie to you. There were times I had to get intimate with Stephanie. It was a little bit crazy. I enjoyed it. You know, it got a little uncomfortable at times, but for the most part, I really liked it. It was a lot of fun," he said on the Kurt Angle show. Kurt Angle is currently retired from in-ring competition. Next week, however, he will make an appearance on Monday Night RAW. Number 4. Stephanie McMahon kissed Chris Jericho. Stephanie McMahon and Chris Jericho have a long history in WWE. Some of Jericho's most memorable promos targeted the billion-dollar princess. The two also shared the ring once in 2002. Another thing Jericho and McMahon shared was a kiss 2 years earlier. At the 2000s King of the Ring event, YJ squared off against Kurt Angle in the quarter-finals of the King of the Ring tournament. At the time, Stephanie McMahon was Angle's manager. As Jericho got Angle into the walls of Jericho, she interfered and distracted the referee to prevent him from seeing her client tap out. Jericho then went to speak with the referee. However, he accidentally knocked him out when the Olympic gold medalist hit him in the back. Stephanie then attempted to hit Jericho with her women's title. Nevertheless, Jericho ducked and accidentally hit Kurt Angle. As the Olympic gold medalist went down, Jericho grabbed Stephanie and planted a kiss on her lips. While Jericho remained distracted by Stephanie, Angle hit him with the Angle Slam to pick up the victory. At the 2001 SummerSlam event, Jericho kissed Stephanie again after she tried to distract the referee during his match against Rhino. This time, however, YJ walked out victorious. Number 3. Stephanie McMahon kissed WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi. In July 2002, Vince McMahon appointed his daughter, Stephanie, as general manager of SmackDown. She then had a feud with her RAW counterpart at Unforgiven that same year. The two general managers decided to have a match against one another in which each picked a team to represent them. While Stephanie chose Billy and Chuck from SmackDown, Bischoff picked 3-minute warning from RAW. However, the match had a stipulation. If Stephanie's team wins, Bischoff would have to kiss the billion-dollar princess's backside. Meanwhile, Stephanie would have to participate in hot lesbian action with 2 other women if her team loses. After 3-minute warning defeated Billy and Chuck, Stephanie had to engage in HLA with 2 women. Another woman also showed up and shared what looked like a passionate kiss with the billion-dollar princess. The third woman, however, turned out to be Rikishi in disguise. The Hall of Famer then turned on Bischoff and danced with Stephanie. Number 2. Stephanie McMahon kissed WWE Hall of Famer Eric Bischoff. Nearly a month after her controversial HLA segment, Stephanie McMahon had another kiss with one of her co-workers on television. During the October 31, 2002 episode of SmackDown, Bischoff, wearing a Vince McMahon mask, made a surprise appearance at a Halloween party. The then Raw general manager then made another surprising move, kissing his rival, Stephanie McMahon. On his podcast, Bischoff disclosed that he was excited to do the segment. However, he believed that Stephanie was not. I was really excited. Having Vince standing there directing the scene while I was making out with his daughter, I knew she didn't want to do it. It was like me and how I felt when I had to take a stink face from Rikishi. I am sure she wasn't feeling that, but she was a pro, and as weird as it was, again, as a character you were doing it, Bischoff said. While some fans speculated that Stephanie and Bischoff might become an on-screen couple, the company dropped the storyline shortly after the segment. Number 1. Stephanie McMahon kissed Randy Orton. In 2009, Randy Orton was involved in a feud with the McMahon family. The Viper attacked Vince and Shane McMahon, taking them out with his famous punt. He also RKO'd Stephanie McMahon. Orton and his legacy stable were also about to take out Stephanie's husband, Triple H, with a sledgehammer when the billion-dollar princess marched to the ring to plead with the Viper not to do it. As he had Triple H handcuffed to the ropes, Orton hit Stephanie with a DDT. He then turned the billion-dollar princess around and kissed her on the lips in front of her enraged husband. Before leaving the ring, Orton took out the game with the sledgehammer. The then WWE champion Triple H and the Viper squared off at WrestleMania. The game successfully defended his WWE championship. However, he lost the title to Orton later that same month at Backlash.